Hang on. Hold on a minute. Right, guys and girls, welcome back. It is Wednesday, 18th of November, and it's 7:01 at night time right now. And me and my mum's having a sort of an argument, not an actual like domestic one, but an argument over what is an off license and what is a pub. Well, we already know an off license is different and it's separate to a pub. My mum reckons it's actually connected to the pub. It ain't actually. So I mean, off licenses. There's loads of off licenses and convenience stores because it's the equivalent. It's actually a convenience store where they sell alcohol. And I've just been reading that today, guys and girls. Right, let us know in the comments below, guys and girls.
In my day...
Well, I don't care about your day.
I don't give a fuck. In my day, right, an off licence, right, was to do with a pub. If you did want to go inside the pub, right, and get drinks in there to take away, right, you went into an off licence, right, which was all joined onto the same pub, right. And you had like
no, they had separate ones as well nowadays.
But what happens, and you couldn't guess what you're on about, you went into the off licence, right, and they say, right, I want a couple of cans of this, a couple of cans of that, but you didn't have to go right inside the pub. The off licence was joined on, right, which was all connected to the pub, right, and you get your crisp or whatever, chocolates, right, and you take that away and your booze. But you could go, I know, I'll get some apples and
the thing is, right, what we're saying, right, you're saying to me, how come off licenses are not closed for alcohol? Right, well, the thing is, it's not an actual pub, it's not a restaurant, and it's not a bar. So, but it still sells alcohol. It's essential. Well, they reckon it's essential. I don't think it's essential. And I've just read today, guys and girls, in an article not too long ago, that basically it says, are you guys and girls who are drinking alcohol during the lockdown, are you drinking more than usual? Or are you becoming sort of addicted to the alcohol during lockdown? And I think a lot of people will be drinking. I don't drink. That's actually one of my sort of foremost rules. I don't drink, I don't smoke, and I don't do drugs and stuff, and that is my philosophy on life. And to be honest, right, there is some restrictions coming. Apparently they reckon there's going to be some harder restrictions coming towards December the 1st. I do hope that, well, we know that if you're drinking alcohol, guys and girls, that you're more likely to be more addicted to it during lockdown because you're going to be probably drinking more of it because you're not at work. So obviously drinking more alcohol is not good for you in the first place.
Yeah, you can thank Boris.
Yeah, then you can thank Boris for this. He's going to bring on people becoming more addicted to alcohol during this lockdown. Actually, I wouldn't say it's his fault. It's the whole sort of system is messed up.
He's the Prime Minister.
Yeah, no, he's the Prime Minister, but he's being told what to say and all that in this. But with alcohol, guys and girls, right, I do advise don't even touch it during lockdown. Otherwise, it's just going to fuck your life up entirely. I mean, it's like the other day, my brother he was having a bit too much to drink, taking it out on me and my mum again and stuff and all that. And this is during like the too much alcohol, but he's doing it all the time anyway, so it's like a lot of it's going down him and shit. So, and I think it's at the end of the day, it's the devil's work. If you're drinking alcohol, that means you're being controlled by the devil.
It's not his fault.
No, it's being controlled by the devil. It's the devil's work, right? If you believe in angels and demons, or if you believe in the Holy Ghost and the Spirit and all that kind of stuff. I don't believe in religion, but I believe there is some sort of demons out there that are trying to possess you guys and girls through this anxiety, stress and all this kind of stuff and depression and all that. And I think, to be honest, people who are sort of more like more influenced on alcohol or drugs or cigarettes during the coronavirus and all this kind of stuff going on. I think there's got to be ways where we can sort of
Well, I mean,
lessen the
come
problem
on.
down. Well,
If you go out now, you couldn't even go into a place, into a restaurant now, and sit down and have a meal. You've got it, take it outside, and of course now
and then it's raining.
It pours down with rain. So what do you do? But these businesses also now can lose their business for a simple reason. People say, hey, hang on, well, we could have had it delivered, but why get it delivered? Well, we could go down to the supermarket and buy the food ourselves and take it home and cook it.
Anyway, so I was at Treats Cafe today. We can't sit in it, but we could order the food and we could take it home. And I took it home, had my food there and stuff, and just sort of like added it.
Pouring down the rain.
And it was pissing down with rain.
It started as soon as we went out.
Yeah, it started as soon as we went out. Yeah. So what we done? We got the food home. I asked the bloke, the one that works there, the boss bloke.
He's a nice man.
Nice guy as well. If basically what's going to happen if they make the restrictions even harder.
And what he do? Nothing.
And he said he can't do anything. He said he's going to have to keep his business open. He's going to have to keep the place going and stuff.
Keep it afloat.
Yeah, keep it afloat and stuff and all that. He said he's got no choice. He's got to work, otherwise he's not going to make any money, and he's not going to be able to put the money in that business. And I said towards maybe January or February, I mean, we could still be in lockdown till then. And I've just read, this don't make sense. I've just read there's another 500 and something deaths today, deaths on the virus. But apparently the virus rate is gone down by 20,000 now, which is not really that much. 20,000 is not that much, and that's in the UK. Apparently it's like sort of it's gone down a little bit by 20,000. But don't forget, right, we've got so many smaller businesses, so many smaller cafes, some more smaller convenience stores might even have to end up closing by next year if they can't make any money. And people like this friend of mine told me, he said basically him opening up his cafe, he's got to keep it running, he's got to keep it, but not many people's gonna know that the cafe's open for deliveries only.
Now when you go down to Sainsbury's, right,
they sell alcohol down there.
They're supposed to be open, right, this is the cafe part.
Yeah.
They are supposed to open for the 2nd of December.
Yeah.
But now what we've been told, right, they now won't be able to open until about January.
Yeah, so that's going to be more of a dent in the money, the economy, in the economics of side of things. I think this is what's going to happen. And also, we've just read Amazon today, or yesterday, I believe I read on the article, is actually going to start doing pharmaceutical stuff, like prescriptions and stuff, so you can get your prescriptions from Amazon. What next? Food deliveries, like where you can get hot foods delivered to your house straight away on the same day. I mean, this is going to kill. Do you know what? This is what really annoys me about Amazon. The guy, I don't know who the guy is who runs Amazon, but I think he's trying his best to kill some of these little smaller shops off. What do you think, man?
Well, it's not his fault.
Well, no, it is. I mean,
because
he's not being right. What he's been.
It's not his fault. He's doing the business.
No. It's not. It's not about business. It's not about the business though. It's about him killing off these smaller stores. That people, and also because they're doing it cheaper online than everybody else, they should be more sort of on the same playing field as the other people. They should be doing it at the same price. These smaller businesses can't compete against Amazon, and the reason is because they're doing it way too cheap, and then the other ones, they can't do it any cheaper because they're trying to make the money off it. So and then you get it delivered to your door as well, so you don't have to go out of your house ever again. And then you've got these sweet stores now. They're selling sweets on Amazon now, where you can get sweets, chocolates, biscuits, get food delivered to there from food and stuff. But if you want like sort of cafe quality foods, I bet they'll start doing that next. Of like quality foods and stuff like Chinese foods or Korean foods or Indian food or whatever like takeaways you want. Then you get it delivered to the house. But anyway, yeah, just to let you know, guys and girls, if you're in Western or if you live in around Somerset, I don't know if it's only just Western they do, to be honest. I think it's only Western Supermare they do. I'm not too sure though, but don't quote me on this. But they do deliveries to people's houses, and I don't know if they're making like getting many customers to come to the house, because what we've done, we've been getting it delivered to the house. I've been staying in for the last, about a week or so, is it? Yeah, so about a week or so with my mum. So, us staying in on that time is kind of sort of...
You can't go out in the pouring rain.
Well, no, you can't go out and now they're trying to get us to pay our bills online and all this kind of stuff. So it kind of makes you pointless going out, getting this bloody virus in the first place, staying at home, being sort of thing, and I think this is what the government wants us all the time.
I've just managed to put my shoes on now, which I couldn't do before.
Yeah, because the swelling's gone down.
And I had to wear these sort of slippers, and that's why I didn't want to go out.
But I think, to be honest, guys and girls, going back to the alcohol bit, right? I think, right, I've heard that the UK are going to do tighter restrictions, right? Now, I think what they should be doing, if they're going to do tighter restrictions, I think they should do tighter restrictions on selling alcohol. And I'm really, really, really passionate about trying to save people's lives. Right, how are you going to save a life, right? If you're saving people's lives from this virus and you're telling everybody to stay home, but yet you're still getting them to buy alcohol, that is double standards. Because you're still getting them to actually get the alcohol, to get the depression, because when they start staying at home and they're starting to drink as much more and all that, you're basically killing them anyway. So the people that actually weren't drinking before are drinking now, and it's kind of putting them into a depression style, and it's sort of kind of, I mean, you guys and girls get what I mean. So, I mean, so if you're drinking more at home, or you've never been out to the pub or something, and you go to the supermarket because the supermarkets are doing it way cheaper for alcohol. It's like my half-brother the other day. He actually got a bottle of cider. And how much was that for a big bottle?
£2.
£2. Sainsbury's, £2 for a big bottle. To be honest, shame on Sainsbury's, shame on Tesco's as well. Because what they should be doing is, during this lockdown period, they should not be selling any of it. And actually, right, also, right, a friend of mine gave me an idea about cigarettes as well. Cigarettes should be on prescription.
And alcohol.
And alcohol, yeah, I think alcohol, but he didn't say about alcohol, he just said about cigarettes. And I think cigarettes should be on prescription. That way it stops kids and youngsters actually buying them from the shop. Because if they're prescriptions, then you've got to get those kids to go to the doctors, and they've got to have a sort of prescription on it, and they've got to have tests of why they want to smoke or if they're actually starting. And then the doctors could turn around and say, sorry, I can't give you anything, and my hands are tied.
Yeah, but the trouble is people can lead you ahead to take this stuff. I mean, to start with, when I was young, they used to have these drug dealers. They used to be outside the school gate trying to ram you with it. And then when I was in with showbiz people, I used to go to their parties with them. And not to take the drugs I didn't want, but they used to go to a big house after a show, and then they used to do by these other people there as well, because they're in showbiz.
Yeah.
And he said, try and run it. I said, hey, go on, take some of this, babe, you know. They do good, you know. But I never took it. I went with showbiz people,
Oh.
And, well, big stars and all that. That's how they get into it. Because they go to a show, right? Then after the show, right, they get a road manager who drives you around you. he takes you off to a house, right? And then he sort of parties afterwards, and all the other ones, you know. You meet up, and then, well,
But I
off
think,
your uncle.
but I think no, right? If everything was on prescription, this would save a lot amount of people's lives from dying and stuff, and especially getting depression and anxiety and mental health issues. We should be tackling mental health, especially at a vital time in our period of our lifetime right now with this virus going around, because that's going to do a lot more damage on mental health states than anything that we have had in the 21st century of now. And I think if we're going to save lives, we've got to start acting now. And even if we have to put alcohol or drugs and all kinds of cigarettes all on prescription to get people to go to the doctors, at least you're getting them to help them and all that. So basically, this will be a one way to get them the help they need. If they've got a problem, if they've got a cigarette problem, if they've got an alcohol problem, if they've got a drug addiction, get them to go to the doctors or the hospital and have it prescribed there. Let's know what you guys and girls think.
But
At
they
least
can't in showbiz.
what?
They can't do it now in showbiz.
Yes, they can.
They can't, because what they do, I tell you, when you're in showbiz, right? You go to these big deals, right? Then after that, you go to a big party afterwards, right? You get all tied up with people, right? You get sitting over.
Thing is, this theoretically, if this was all basically put on prescription, think how much money would be going back to the National Health Service for the hospitals, the doctors. They could supply it and have it all cased up, and then we'll put it on a prescription, and you go down to the pharmaceuticals and then get it down there. Think how much tax would be put into this country.
A couple of my friends who were in showbiz, right? They're dead.
Yeah, because there was not a system. We need a system put in, guys and girls. We need, to be honest, if I was the Prime Minister of the UK myself, my main goal would be to tackle mental health any way necessary, whether I would put it on prescription. And that, I mean, because obviously alcohol, it's a medicinal style thing. It is medicine for them, but
you get thrombosis in your legs.
But it's also a drug at the end of the day. Cigarettes is a drug. If we can get more people going to the doctors and talking about their problem in their mental health state, that would actually be a forward of a position that we would be doing to help people move a little bit forward, because at least we would get them to have the help they need. But we cannot get them the help they need, because sometimes they need that little bit of push. And if we can give people a little bit of push with their addictions and make them go to these places and say,
God,
look,
you could lose your legs.
Yeah, but that's why I said,
because
if we can,
that a couple of the people I went with, right, it was, I said, were in showbiz, right, they had their legs all done, you know, through cigarettes and drugs and everything. And I mean, I could be married to someone else, right? But I couldn't.
But like I said,
I couldn't take that on.
But like I said, if we can get people the help they need by actually, I wouldn't say we're forcing them to go there, but we're kind of sort of pushing them in that direction to give them the help they need, then theoretically we could help people with mental health issues. Obviously, with the coronavirus now going around and the lockdown and stuff and still killing people and stuff, we need to act now before it's too late, before more people die of this shit going on. And don't forget, if you've got that virus, it's going to attack every single organ in your body. Your liver is going to be attacking, and then it's going to attack your immune system and then other functions of your body. And we don't want to get it to that stage. More and more people, they say more and more people are dying now, and actually the death rates are rising now. But then is, if the death rates are rising up, how come it's dropped by 20,000? I don't get that. I don't get that.
I mean, look at you. You could have been in with these people of mine, friends, because what they do. Oh, I know. I mean, one for instance, when he came back from the tour, what did he do? Get you all this spray stuff and everything. So,
It looked like some dodgy shit off the back of a lorry.
I brought you this. Well, no, I've been away, on showbiz. I bought you this. No, I bought you that.
But like I said, we need to tackle this, and we need to be more vigilant on it. We need to be more sort of tougher. And I think I hope Boris Johnson sees this, and I hope he does the right thing by actually putting alcohol, cigarettes and drugs on prescription for people to make them go to these places, because also it would actually put more money in the company and more money into the government and more money into the National Health Service. And it would, I mean, we're already sort of like strained of all our resources at the National Health Service. That first of all, we were told by the government, by Boris Johnson, people could go to the doctors and hospitals. But how can we go to the doctors and hospitals when they said they're overstretched at the moment and they don't want us going there? So we're being told two different things. So what is it? Are we allowed to go to the hospital if we got some problems or anything? Or are we not allowed to go to the hospitals and doctors? Let us know in the comments below, guys and girls. I will see you on the next episode. Cheers for watching, and I'll see you soon. Thank you very much.